All right, today we're going to talk about getting involved in the engineering education process, getting involved with engineering organizations. What are those? Those are the engineering universities, those colleges that provide those engineers that have the skills and abilities that make engineering organizations like ours at Duotech work. Without them, we're not going to be able to accomplish any of our goals without those folks that have those skills and abilities. So what we're going to talk about is what's the crossover between those two and how do we interact with engineering schools, universities. Well, in engineering education, they're going to talk about things like course content. For us, that relates to the skills that we need. The courses that are taught need to have skills that come out as a result of that education that's meaningful to us. That's how the crossover occurs. That's how value is provided from the universities. The students, they're the products that come out, and those are the folks that we employ and we pay to do the work that we do. Now, in education, we expect concepts to be taught. In industry, we expect to teach tools, those things that allow taking those abstractions. And that's really what engineering is. Engineering is about teaching ways of thinking about one thing in terms of another. That's really what the crux of the issue is. So it doesn't matter to us if it comes down to a CAD program, whether it's teaching SolidWorks or Pro Engineer or what it is. Really, they need to understand what are the paradigms, how does this relate to the theory? And if they have good, solid understanding of that, and they understand that the paradigm of the design tool, then they can really move to anything. Here at Duotech, we have folks that serve on a couple of different engineering industry advisory councils. They have some other names for them, but we work on them with Western Carolina University and Cedarville University. Now, what happens there? Either semi-annually or annually or biannually, there will be meetings, and in these meetings, what they have is they have opportunities for industry to interact with the university. So the purpose of that is to provide some course correction as curriculum changes and meeting the needs, making sure that those skills are reflected in the course content. Now, why are changes being made to curriculum? Isn't math the same? Doesn't math stay the same? Well, really, there's this idea of continuous improvement. When it comes to accreditation, with engineering, we will be talking about ABET accreditation. We see that here a lot in the United States as ABET accreditation. Now, what are they doing? They're trying to drive continuous improvement. So educational institutions, these universities, will be trying to adapt for accreditation. Now, when they adapt, they're going to be changing. They're going to be trying to meet the needs and requirements of the accrediting body. But they need to make sure that these changes are improvements for industry, to make sure that these students that get out have the maximal earning potential, making sure that they have the skills, they have the expertise, they have all the underpinnings to make them successful, and that they can do a lot of self-driven learning. In engineering, being able to learn independently is extremely important. It shouldn't be teaching one skill in a software tool. It should be teaching a concept that allows that to be applied throughout the rest of their careers. So the changes made here need to be useful for industry here. Otherwise, it's doing a disservice to the students that are coming through that university. So how does this reflect? How does this backscatter into everything else? Well, changes here get brought to engineering advisory councils, engineering advisory boards, and there's a go one way, go the other. There's not a worrying about going through the individual objectives of each course, but making sure that that 10,000, that 30,000 foot level, that good changes to curriculum are being made that reflect what industry really wants, and that's really how students become successful, how they're able to be as profitable as they possibly can be throughout their careers. So what will happen here is ABET will cause course content to change, but the industry wants to make sure that skills are taught, that teaching tools are there, and that there's not a compromise. They're not taking away from what's going to make them as useful and capable throughout their careers. So changes here need to also be useful here. If they're only good in one place, these aren't good ideas. That's the whole purpose of these engineering advisory board meetings. If you have the opportunity, if you can, get involved in these. These aren't one-sided. It's not just good for the employer. It's just not good for the university or an accrediting body. It should be something that when it serves the university well and it serves industry well, it will serve the students the best it possibly can by providing them a good educational experience, as well as the best opportunity to get good jobs when they go out into industry. So here today we're getting ready to head down to talk with the folks at Western Carolina University. Looking forward to it. If you do have the opportunity, though, take time, talk to the students. Students, talk to the folks that come in and are part of these advisory boards. There may be opportunities for either feedback on courses to take, or maybe job opportunities. These folks, they love the interaction. They're looking forward to it. If you have an opportunity, come visit our website, duotechservices.com. Take a look at that link there, and you can see our career opportunities here, and also some of the interaction that we have with students at different universities.